Hey everybody, welcome to my stream. Today we are playing around with some map making software. Right now I have Inkarnate pulled up, and this is a map that I made in Inkarnate. I'm gonna make it a little bigger for you guys so you can see. So this is a map that I made using the Inkarnate program. I was just goofing off when I made this one, so I probably spent about maybe 15 or 20 minutes just throwing random stuff around on the map. I thought it would be kind of fun to play around with some different maps and see what all we can accomplish. I know that this one is always going to be my favorite because it was my first. So I will get started on a new map. So we'll go back to maps. And we'll hit create. I don't have the pro subscription yet, so we're going to go with standard. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chat on my phone so that I can keep this full screen. And I will unhide the chat box. I am hoping that you guys can hear me okay over the music. Alright, let's get started on this map. So it looks like we have like rolling plains here. There is a sculpt tool. As far as I know, the only thing that this sculpt tool can do, and I mean you can do hexes, so you can like sculpt out little blocks on a hex grid, which is pretty awesome. You can do block grid, so that's for like a D&D game. You would have your 1-inch grids on here, and as I said, the sculpt tool, what that does is it like makes dirt, basically. Alright, we are going to go with circle, which is kind of a free form, goes wherever you drag it. My music stopped. Let me check on that. There we go. Alright, we're gonna remove this dirt road that I drew here. Okay, so we have the sculpting tool. That is a little loud. There we go. Okay, so we have the sculpting tool. We also have these fun things. So you can add foreground or background. This green is the only background we get, and the dirt is the only foreground that we get. And we get this, that was a brush tool. This is an object tool. So right now it's like a tower. If you click up here, I'm hoping that that pop-up showed. Oh, good. It did. So if you click up here, you can add different things. So let's add like a capital city. So let's put our capital here. And then once you've placed it, you can push it to the front or back. You can add notes to it, and you can twist it, turn it. You can do all kinds of orientation things. Also, you can, once you have it selected, you can scale it. So you have this large capital city, or you can make it really small so that you can put a ton of other things on the map with it. So we're going to do that. We're going to throw our capital city right here. And we're going to have it at about 65%. All right. And then we get to place a different building. So let's place a couple of towns, and we're going to pull everything down to 65%. Oof. Let's try 35. That's more like it. Okay, so we're going to put a town here. Maybe here. And then we'll do a different town. We'll grab this other town here, and we'll put it up here. And maybe another one down here. All right. So one of the other features is you can put mountains, hills, trees, things like that. So we're gonna put some mountains in here. Or hills. Let's do some hills. So let's say this town here is kind of nestled in the hills. Oh, those are itty bitty little hills. So if you do something like I just did and you mess up, you can hit that and delete. You can just select them and delete them. Alright, so we're gonna get some, let's make these hills a lot bigger. Like, let's make them 100%. Throw some little hills back here. Maybe these are like the foothills leading up to some mountains. So let's go back and grab the mountains. And let's get some really big mountains here. Yeah. Let's see. The 200% is the biggest mountain that you can get, which is a pretty decent sized mountain. So we're gonna scale that back down and put some smaller ones in here. And you can kind of put them almost on top of each other. Alright, and what good is a mountain range without some forest around it? So let's go grab some trees. We'll do some pine trees. Just kind of sporadically place a few of them here. We'll put some out this way. And then we'll make some bigger ones. Gotta have big trees. And you can just drag the brush across. And we want some small trees. Little bitties. So many little bitty trees. I'm gonna put some little trees back here in the hills too. It's kind of like a little forest of various sized trees. I feel like Bob Ross right now. Happy little trees. I need some more big trees right here. Okay, so we have this little town, and let's actually make that town a little bit bigger. I think we actually have to be on here to select the town. Let's make our town a little bigger. Aw, thank you. Yeah, Barb Ross. Alright, so we're gonna bring it all the way to the front so that none of the trees are on top of it. Alright, and we're also going to... I don't remember how we get rid of this grid. So let's say, oh, hex grid, square grid. There we go. Get rid of the grid, or just make it very, very faint. That way we can see better. Thank you, Gaki. Hey, Dire Bear. Yes, I'm playing around in Incarnate. Alright, so we have all these little towns. Let's add some little farms. I know there's got to be some farms in here somewhere. Village. Those look like farms. And again, we're gonna go probably around 35%. Yes. All right, so we're gonna put some little farms in here, sort of near the towns, but not too near. Put a farm back here too. One over here. I don't like this farm, so we're gonna delete that one. And this farm, we're gonna move down here a little closer to this town. And we're gonna put another little farm kind of maybe over here. Maybe that's like a little lumber farm. Okay, so back with this, with the sculpt tool, we're gonna drag the size of this down, and we're going to create little roads that lead. Oh, let's make that even smaller. So we have a little town here. We want this town to have a path that leads to the main city. So we're going to make a winding little path here. All right, and then a little road out to the farm. Oh, that's a little big for a farm road. So let's drag that down even smaller to make a little tiny road leading out to this farm. Okay, and then this little farm here needs a road also, so we're gonna make a little road that winds down, and we'll just stop it there because we're gonna connect back to this main road. I think it was about a 17. Yeah, that looks right. So this town here also needs a path to the main city, but we also got a town here, so let's have those two towns kind of connect. So we'll start here and drag it this way, and then this one goes here, and this is kind of a big joining point for the two roads, or three roads. So we're going to connect here as well. And this is kind of leading to the main city, so it's going to be a little wider of an area. And we're going to make this a big rounded out area here, so that we can actually gonna connect that to the road. And then we're going to connect this one here, and this one here, and this one here. Okay, and then we need one more big road to this town here. Oh, no. You know what? I have a better idea for that town. All your joints are in pain. I'm so sorry. It's for a good cause. All right. We're going to have this one also come to this kind of central area here. And maybe this is where a market is. Let's see if we have something that we can add that could be like a market. Not really. Not really. We could put an outpost out here, though. So let's throw an outpost here. And go back here. We're going to do another small road for this outpost. To connect here. Got kind of a winding little veiny road here. We need to add some more features to the land, so let's add some more hills and mountains. Let's put some hills back here. Oh, those are itty bitty. I guess I could just scale those up from here. All right. Yes. Nice hilly area. Maybe we don't put mountains here this time. Maybe there's some more hills over here. And let's make some smaller hills. Kind of right in here near the road. Maybe that's why this one went this way instead of going straight across, is because there were some hills here that it had to go around. This is a very hilly map so far. Okay, we're gonna add some more trees. Dire Bear, yes, I am using the free version at the moment. I do not have access to the pro version. Let's add some dead trees. Make like a haunted forest somewhere down here. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Alright, I am going to... Also, there was a couple of things that I saw in here. There is in... We're going with 35% for all of our buildings. 35... There is an orc town. So we're gonna put an orc town like right here in between, and it doesn't have access to the main road, but it's gonna have kind of, we're gonna call that, yeah, and maybe it does have like a little bit of access to the main road, but not all the way. And maybe that's why this outpost is here. Maybe they also are kind of stretching out this way. And over here we're going to put our orc citadel. Ooh, I feel like the orc citadel should be back here somewhere. So we're gonna get rid of some of these trees and put in our orc citadel, and then draw the map, draw the road from the orc citadel back to the orc camp. What good's a fantasy map without an enemy village? Okay, so now we have an enemy village, so let's add some defenses. Let's put in a watchtower here, and here, and here. Let's also throw one up here, and the capital's probably nice enough that they'll add one here, and let's go ahead and add a little road going out to that watchtower. I like to think that my capital people would be nice. Actually, I like the way that looks with the little road leading to the watchtowers. So I'm going to pull these watchtowers out a little bit and have little roads that lead off to them. That's too straight. What fantasy map has a road that straight? Like, none ever. Okay, and then we're gonna go back down to 3. There, that's a little better. And maybe this watchtower connects here and to the main road here. Oh, I have another watchtower that I need to move. So we're gonna pull that there. I don't like that. You can't see the road very well. So let's round that out a little. And go back down to 3. And we're gonna make the road kind of come out to this side. Okay. So we have our watchtowers. Maybe the road does follow all the way through, even though we can't see it on this side. We have watchtowers, we have our outpost. What else can we add? Let's see. Well, this is kind of funky. A squid in the grass. Let's put a little bridge going over. Where should we have a bridge? Bungee spike traps and tigers and bears and kobolds, oh my. Doesn't really make sense to have a bridge. Oh, a temple. I bet there's a really cool, like, woodland temple out here. I think we were at 9 on the littler roads. Yeah. A little woodland temple. And what do you guys think I should add next? We have text, we have notes, we can zoom, keyboard shortcuts. Oh my god! Guys, this is actually ocean. I'm building all my little maps on the ocean. Oh, that's so funny. All my little roads. See? We learn new stuff every day. I didn't realize that there was so many different textures. So all this blue is water. Yeah, yeah. The grass is not blue. Okay, so I'm putting mountains on the water. Okay, so we need to make the whole map dirt for a minute. Well, heck, that looks good too. Okay. We're gonna make the ground this color. We're losing our roads, but that's okay. We'll have to redo them. Alright, let's make some dusty land down here. Things aren't as green down here to the south, where the orc encampments are. Maybe things are not as green up here. Maybe this is like sand over here. The shovel allows you to build land, then you use the texture button to paint it. There you go. You don't have to shade it all in, it actually fills in. It's pretty cool. Oops, I want that one. This is really cool. I have new textures to play with. That's too bright. There we go. It's very green up here near the mountains, which doesn't make much sense. So we're gonna actually pull that color. I like that color. That's a good one. Alright, have a good one. See you later, Dire Bear. Alright, now we can brush in water. We can make rivers! Like, what if there's this little river that flows? Let's just drag the brush and see where it goes. Oh, it didn't do it. Alright, so there's our main river. Give it some wide spots. And it needs like some little streams. Well, that's dumb. Now we're gonna have to have a bridge. Alright, ocean, go back to size 3. Put like a little pond right in here. And every little pond needs rivers running to it from, or streams. So let's make another pond, like small little lake here. And maybe there's a really big swath, like maybe this is coastal here and this is all ocean. It's like my dream is always to have like beachfront mountain view property. Alright, now we need some dirt color. Like a beach. And it gets a little darker as we go inland. I now want to move this farm. Let's put this farm kind of over here. All right, now I get to recreate my roads. Let's make them dark. How's that for a road? That's pretty great. All right, we have another town over here. I kind of want to rotate that town. Well, actually what I want to do is mirror that town, but I don't think I can. Nope. Okay. We're gonna move this farm too because he's really close to that orc settlement, and I don't think that we would have a farm that close to a bunch of orcs. So we're gonna put that farm up here kind of near the water, and then we're gonna go back to our terrain. And now we're gonna need a bridge. All right. Let's make that bridge. A little bigger than that. Nope, even bigger still. Yeah. to our dark color here. And this is our outpost here. Now it makes more sense that there would be an outpost here. Because there's a big river that separates it from the capital. And we should probably move our capital off of the river. Like, near the river, yes. On the river, probably not. So let's move the flow of the river for a sec. Because this is my world. I'm the creator. Bob Ross. Alright, and then let's grab some ocean. Yes! I like that a lot better. Alright. Maybe that's a bigger river than what we had there. Okay. This is a lot of fun, actually. Like, just randomly building a world. Oops, I don't need 2 of those. Maybe there needs to be a tiny bridge. Oops. Let's put a ship out here. Some water fixtures, like a squid. Let's make a tiny... Oh. No, I like the ship being that big. $65. A little squid out there. That's great. And then maybe down here we have the Loch Ness monster. Don't let the cosmic power go to my head. I won't. I promise. Okay, we need little bitty roads. I'm wondering if that would be a better texture for the roads. No, that would be good textures for the orc roads. There. Oh, I just noticed I have this little town sitting Should we put him over here? And just leave this whole area to the orcs? No, we shouldn't. We'll put it here. Maybe this is a town of orc hunters. Hey Jelly, how are you? We are building a world. I'm wondering if I zoom in on the map a little. Oh, too much. There we go. That's a little better for you guys, I think. All right. Give me back my parchment. Okay, we need a road. I think this outpost is going to lead to this watchtower. And the town is going to have to go kind of by or around the watchtower to get to the main road. Maybe there's even a little road that goes through here to kind of bypass some of that outpost, so they don't have to go through the outpost to get to the other town. They can just go near it. And we're gonna grab some more of this land. Let's just move the outpost back a little ways, like a little closer to the river. There. And then we're gonna fill in some more of this land here. Maybe they have a little marketplace that pops up near this outpost. That's what you get for doing exercise. Word, I hear you, Gaki. I need to stop being as sedentary myself, I say as I sit here. Drawing fake worlds. Okay, so do we connect this farm to this like big town here, or to this little village? I think we're gonna connect it to the little village. Gives us an excuse to use another bridge. Alright, so now we need to, let's say this farm doesn't connect to the capital. Let's say this farm supplies this big city down here. Oops. That way they have a choice. They can go to the capital, or they can go to this village, or they can go over here, wherever. And then this town here. Let's make that a bigger road. There. Now that road doesn't make any sense, so we're going to erase it. And go back to 7. 8's fine. There. Alright, I think that connects most of... No, we still have this watchtower. We're gonna have to do another bridge. Because this little farm is going to... Oh man, I wish there was like a Control-Z undo function. Now I have to fix the river too, because I dragged that down a little too far. Alright. And that was a 3. I'm gonna zoom in right here. Maybe there's some little wide spots in this. There we go. All right. Hearing sounds. I'm wondering if Carl's home. Okay, we need more features in this land. So let's finish these roads. And then let's drag a road from this farm down here to the city. This watchtower needs connection. And this temple needs to be connected as well. And then this farm will probably connect to this road, which will then become a bigger road. And we need a bridge again. Like a bridge over troubled waters. Sorry. Okay, I think everything is connected. Everything has a road. So let's add some more features. Let's put some fluffy trees back here. Make some little small forested areas. Maybe that's our lumber mill. Let's just go ahead and surround it. This is like forested land. Let's grab this brush again and make this more green. There we go. So far I'm really liking Incarnate. You can create a really rich world with this program, and I'm guessing that the Pro feature adds a lot more like towns and farms and farmlands and things that you can do with your maps. So I think I really like it. It's pretty cool. I was gonna play around with ArkenForge as well and show you guys some of the difference between Incarnate and Arken Forge. There's always some dead trees in the midst of all of the live ones in a forest. Scatter a couple of dead trees in here. Maybe make some smaller ones. Okay, and then we're gonna put some more live trees down here. Make another lush forest. Maybe that's how this town is protected. There's a lush forest between them and these orcs. Put a few. Yeah, I like that. Maybe this is where this lush forest meets the mountainous conifers. And there's still some little lush trees kind of interspersed down in this area. Maybe we want some little baby trees too. Boy, that town is just covered up. Let's select some of these trees and get rid of them. There we go. Yeah, that makes sense. That way this town over here isn't just like directly across the street from an orc encampment. They have like a little forest between them and the orcs. These guys need some protection from those orcs too, so let's put a couple of mountains down here. maybe like just a little tiny mountain range. Nothing super big like the mountains over here. Just a few hills. Yeah. That's looking pretty good. And then let's put some big, gigantic honkin' mountains back here. We're gonna pull those down a little bit there. And put another couple of them in here. And then drag them around as well. Yes. I like that. I don't know if you can tell, but I like the mountains. I like mountains. I like the ocean. Okay. We've got this really cool little mountainy woodland, like this is super mountains over here. Yes. Yes. And I love that this village right here is like in the foothills in the mountains and like right next to the beach. Like I think I would live here in whatever town this is. I wouldn't want to live in the capital city. Speaking of capitals, let's make this capital a little bigger because this town is almost as big as the capital. Yeah. There we go. I don't know what the difference. Oh, neat. I can put, oh, yay. I like that. That's good. That makes me happy. Let's grab some of this dusty land here. Oh, I have to put it in the foreground because I did all that other grass in the foreground. We're gonna color in this whole area back here. Nope, I don't like that. It's too dark. There we go. That's better. Okay, now I have to redraw some of this river. Kind of want it to, I think instead of that, let's do... Yeah, I guess I kind of will go back through this way. What if it kind of meanders back through this little forest and around the hill here? And then back and around this hill and kind of continues up there. And maybe there's like a little pond here too. Back behind the city. And maybe that's one of the features of this capital city that protects it so well. It's got a big river on one side and mountains on the other. It's a pretty well defensible city. Hey, Angel Nocturna. Where was the software when I was trying to come up with a master's story in my head in high school? Oh yeah, the computers wouldn't have been able to run it yet. Yes. This software is pretty awesome. You can build pretty awesome things. So I want to add a compass. Ooh, that's big. Because what map doesn't need a compass? Where should we put our compass? How about right here in the ocean? Yeah, I'll just move the boat. Well, shoot. Now I've done it. Okay, I'm gonna put the compass here. And then we'll just grab the boat again. Maybe it's right here. And maybe there's some docks. Let's put a dock in here. No, I don't need 2 docks. Just the one, please. There we go. Is there a different dock, or is that... Nope, that's the only one. But... $35... Maybe it's just a very small dock. And we can then go back and select our ship and sort of rotate. Well, things don't look right when they're rotated. That's fine. It's docked. Move our octopus squid thing kind of over here and make him a little smaller. And then this, I wish I could change the opacity of it. Because it'd be cool to have that just like be very light. Okay. Thought you'd pop in for a few before leaving for work. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the follow, Nerdsmith. Okay, so we have created this map with the free version of Incarnate. This version does not require a subscription. And we built a dock, so we should probably build like a small town. Or, ooh, there's towers. Wizard's Tower! We're totally building a wizard's tower. Like, I feel like it should be attached to the temple. We're gonna build a wizard's tower here by the temple. It's gonna be a very large one. Because wizard's tower! That's why. That's pretty badass. Yay, wizard's tower. Okay, so we're going to remove this watchtower. We'll just move him kind of down here. And there's windmills. Okay, so this farm here is going to have its own windmill. I feel like there would be a lot of wind out behind this farm and this farm. And maybe this farm too. Oops. Okay. Now we are going to add like a town. Which town do we not have? We have one little version of it here, one version of it up here, and there. Let's make a larger version of it. So let's go to 65%. Yes. And this is going to be like a little beachside town. And because we're putting that there, we're going to get rid of this one. And change the map roads. Just a little bit. I'm going to go to that 15 again for that road. And that road will connect here. And then these roads will kind of lead out to the dock. Alright, so now we have a dock. We have a fishing village. We have a capital city. We have a little mountain village here. We have a couple of farms and small villages. We've got our little lumber village over here. A couple of watchtowers. We got a temple. I feel like the temple needs to be bigger. Let's make the temple bigger. You know, because every fantasy map needs a place where the clerics come from. So there's like a sacred temple. Got rivers, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do to this map is the same thing I do to all of my maps. Gonna put my Twitter handle on it. I'm gonna put it on this side this time. Okay. And we're gonna call that map done. Not sure what to call this land. I feel like I should put a dragon in here. Just because I feel like every map needs a dragon. Let's put him I feel like he would be coming from the mountains. So let's put him here. Can't really see him very well. Yes. Let's put him there and push him to the front so that he goes over the mountains. And we can even make the dragons like massive. But this is just a little dragon. Or maybe he's over here. Kind of flying over towards this windmill. Towards this town. We could put him wherever we want. This is our world. I love that he has a shadow down there. Yeah, we're gonna put him right there. So this watchtower and the wizard's tower are all on alert. This farm's like, ah, dragon! Okay, so this is Incarnate. I'm going to save this map. So Incarnate offers you an option to export. And when it exports, I don't know if you could see down here, it exports as a JPEG so that you can share it. That's why I always make sure and put my my Twitter handle on it. So yeah, this is Incarnate. We just saved that, right? Save map. And we're gonna go back to maps. Okay, so this was the first map that I made with Incarnate. I didn't know that the default background was ocean, so it's a water world where trees grow out of it and like, yeah, I don't know. It's this was my first map. And now we have the one that I just finished here. Which is a zoomed out, actually, from what I did with this one. This has more detail to it. And as tiny as all this stuff was, a lot of these trees and such were only at like 30-something%. So you could even pull these down further. For example, like this tree right here is at 102%. If you pulled that down to like 15%, it's so tiny. But you can zoom in to this area. I guess it's not as detailed as I was hoping. So 500% is the biggest zoom that you can go. Okay, yeah, it wasn't as detailed as I was hoping. I'm gonna make that tree big again. There we go, 88% works. So yeah, this is Incarnate. This is all done with the free version of Incarnate. There is a paid version. It's, I believe, $25. Actually, I can show you. Go back to the Incarnate homepage. So here's some of the other maps that people have created with Incarnate. Sorry, it's kind of large. Let me zoom back down. Okay, so these are some of the other maps that people have created with Incarnate. Cities, worlds. Some of these are fantastic. Like, check this one out. Just made on Incarnate. Obviously, this was made with the Pro version. Cities. I mean, look at the detail. So many different, like, little houses and stuff. These make the one that I just made look like crap. The village of Gar. So yeah, there's a bunch. Here we go. Plans. So there's two different plans. There's $5 a month, and there's $25 for a year. The free gives you access to 1024 by 768 with 100 assets, 100 plus, and for personal use only. The Pro version, either whether you do the $5 a month or the $25 a year, gives you 20 by 48 by 15 by 36, or 2048 by 1536, 500 plus assets, and commercial use of all of the maps. Both of those plans give you that. So I'm very seriously tempted to try the subscription for the Pro, just to see what other kind of fantastic little worlds that I can build here. Okay, so this was Incarnate. I'm going to go back to my maps and pull up my map just so that it is on the screen. All right. So this was Incarnate. I am going to attempt to open Arken Forge and hope that it does not bog down my computer, because I would really love to show you guys the difference between Incarnate and Arken Forge. And I think this is going to go full screen on me for a second, so... again, this is the... I will be doing a free trial with Arken Forge. And yes, it did go full screen. Why did it not open? That's not good. Oh, because there's an update available. So it's going to have to download an update before it'll launch the Arken Forge. Which it is doing now. Hopefully it's not bogging down my stream. I'm interested in what you guys think of Inkarnate. So if you're watching, go ahead and put down in the chat what you guys think of Inkarnate after watching me build a map. It's pretty awesome. I think it would work really well for world building. It's not... Well, I'll show you when we get into ArkenForge what I'm talking about when I'm talking about needing a map builder. ArkenForge does this thing that I've never seen another program do where you can build dungeon maps. Incarnate is great for world building. Oh, excuse me. For like designing an entire cosmos of island chains and different continents, and throwing in features like trees and mountains and cities and things like that. Incarnate looks perfect for that. ArkenForge, if it ever loads, is something that you can incorporate with... I believe you can incorporate it with Roll20. Let me see if I can get the launcher to show on my game capture here. Because if the launcher will show up... Yes! Okay. This is the ArkenForge launcher. It's currently downloading an update. There's different content packs for it that you can download. The Master's Toolkit trial is what I'm currently working on. And this is sort of some of the features that ArkenForge can do. We're at 77%, guys. Yay! This launcher is so big. It's like a really wide launcher. Yeah, definitely. I think I'm going to throw a color source on here behind the chat. There. That way, when I resize this, I'm not losing the chat. So ArkenForge was at Gen Con, and it's some guys from Australia that have created this awesome program. It has full audio integrations It has dynamic lighting. It has fog of war. It has dungeon master control and player view, so that when you are creating a map, you can like extend your displays. If you have another monitor hooked up, you can put a TV like upside down on its back on a table, and you can use it as your tabletop, and you can use ArkenForge on that monitor or on that TV, and what is displayed on the TV will be what your players see, and on your monitor as the DM, it has sorry, the dog's barking. So on your side as the DM, it has all of the controls. So you get to control the fog of war, you get to control where the fog of war goes, and what your players see is on the TV that is on its back on the table. Yes, absolutely. Roll20 is a great program that allows people to play D&D with people online. My buddy Dire Bear GM runs a couple of online games.
He's playing in one tonight.
Hi.
Hi. I love your new hair.
Thank you. So yeah, as soon as this finishes updating.
If you want to plug Dire Bear, he's playing in a game tonight.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Is he playing in a Nerdsmith game?
No. He's playing in a Dire Bear GM game, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me pop him into the chat real quick. So, this is my buddy Dire Bear GM. He is actually playing in a game tonight online, so if you guys wanted to check him out, I think it starts in 2 hours. Some of the podcasters you follow use Roll20, yeah. It's a great program. I haven't quite figured out all the nuances of it, but... Come on, Arken Forge. Every time it says like 98, it drops back down, and it's like, oh, we're not really at 98. Just kidding. Like, is this gonna have to go all the way across? No, I'm not going to be going to Dragon Con this year. I kind of wish I was, but no. Is it this weekend or next weekend? I believe it's next weekend. It's like the 29th through the 2nd, I think. Oh, it's your first year? Steam Powered Giraffe is going to be there? That's awesome.
We love them.
Yeah, I love them. It's next weekend? Okay. I'm going to be in Atlanta this weekend, so I was like, man. Yeah. I know who you're talking about, Gaki. That's really cool. My buddy Cap is going to be DJing there as well. Aww. Okay, Gaki. Angel Nocturna. I've been to Dragon Con about 3 or 4 times. Yes, that's the mic.
I was whispering in the mic.
Oh.
Oops.
I don't even know what you're whispering. Other people might.
I saw toesies.
Oh. Yeah, I've been to Dragon Con, I think, 3 times. Have we... 3 or 4?
3.
3. We went to Dragon Con 3 years, yeah.
I think I've been 4 times.
The first year we were just kind of, I was completely dumbfounded. It was like the first convention that I'd been to since I was 14. And the first convention I was actually interested in being at. So I was dumbfounded and just wandering around all of the different hotels going, oh my god, this is amazing. I have no idea what's going on. Alright, I'm going to put my Incarnate map back up for right now until ArkenForge updates. One year that I went, I don't remember much because I was drunk the whole weekend. Oh yeah, I bet. Oh, my eyes are watering. Oh, wow. I can't even imagine bringing a kid to Dragon Con. Whew. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. The year that we went, there were, I think, 85,000 people there. Oh. Alright. My download is complete. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and launch the Master's Toolkit. Yeah, our local cons don't even remotely compare to the insanity that is Dragon Con. Okay. We are going to change the source for our game capture window. It is still loading. Where is Arken Forge? Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, that's gigantic. Let me resize that. I am not a fan of the width that this is displaying. Let me see if I can adjust that. Well, that's weird. If I click allow transparency, it hides like the majority of the background. That's actually pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to... This may be a little bit distorted. But... There. Okay, so what I'm loading right now is ArkenForge. This is a free trial of the Master's Toolkit. Alright, let's see. Settings. Let's make that not full screen. Apply. There, that way I can move it around. Okay, I have to adjust this again. Alright, guys, this is Arken Forge. This is one of the big differences between Incarnate and Arken Forge is the soundscapes. It's got an encyclopedia, scenario level stuff. So we're going to go with Cartographer. And we're going to... let's start a brand new map. This is one that I've already created, but I'm not going to open it right now because it's for my game. Auto saves. New folder. Alright, so we're going to say create new map. We're going to call this the Ars Mythica test map. I thought I just did that. Okay. Let me make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, good. Alright, so this is Arken Forge. You can scroll out a very long way and zoom in a very great deal as well. You have objects, so we have tiles. So for tiles, let's do flooring. Down here at the bottom, you have different tiles for floor that you can pick. There's hay and marble and stone tiles and wood. Various different hardwood floors. So let's do wood. Let's do like a traditional hardwood floor. And we'll do a 10 by 10. And you right click to drag the map around. So we have this 10 by 10 grid here. Another thing that you can do, if I can remember how, grid settings. You can change the color of the grid right here. You can change the style. Do you want full grid? Do you want half grids? Do you want dotted grids? So that it's just the little dots in between the grids. I personally like the full grids, but I like the dark gray ones because they're there, but they're not intrusive. You can also, coming soon, you'll be able to adjust the size of the grids, and you can change the transparency level. So they can be like super transparent or super opaque. You can make hex grids or isometric grids, which are kind of fun because that kind of gives you an angled layout. We're going to go with square. Different colors of grids. Okay. So we have our 10 by 10 there. Nature. Put some grass. We'll put a 2-grid block of grass around this building. All right. We can put a roof on it. So there's roof tiles that you can put on. So you can do roofing. There's also different levels. So if we go up like 2 levels, we can put the roofing on there and then go back down and it'll hide the roofing. So right now the roofing is on the 2nd level. So we have a 2-story building. Then there's asphalt, brick, carpet, cave floors, checkerboard floors, all kinds of different floors. There's lava. Like, say you wanted to make this an older building that's like kind of yucky and falling apart. Or you want to make like some concrete floors. If you're doing a sci-fi scene, you can put like grating, metal grating, different dirt textures. So we could put dirt out here. I really love that you can do like lava. It's pretty awesome. All right, so we've got that down. So let's go back to objects and we'll click structures and go, where are the walls? Where were the walls at? Repeatables? Yes. Under repeatables, there are walls. So let's look at wooden walls. I like these ones. So we can build walls around our building. So we have a basic 10 by 10 square building. So now we want to go back to objects and go to structures. We want doors. So we can put open doors or closed doors. I'm actually regretting my decision to make this not full screen. So we can go back to the home screen, full screen, apply, thank you. And then click back to cartographer. Okay, so now we have doors. Closed doors. Let's do a door here. All right, and then you can click DM tools here and it pulls up this like ring. And this ring has different features. So this is to scale. You can make things very large by dragging that off of the little ring. There's different layers. Object manipulations, you can change the color and the texture and such. There's lighting, rotation. This is really cool right here. You can hide this door from the players, so only the DM will see this door. When you cast the screen to your players, they won't see it. So it's a good way of like hiding secret rooms. You can lock it. For now, what I wanted to do was rotate this. And it's a really cool feature, the way that they have the little DM wheel where you select something and then you literally just drag the little icon off of the wheel and drag it around. I'm gonna hit undo. Alright. We want to move. So we're gonna put a door here. And then go back to objects. Okay, so we have a door. You can put in windows. You can do like glass windows. So we'll put a large glass window here. And I'll go ahead and drop a couple of extras. And then go back here to rotate them. And then I'm going to put that there. Okay, so now we have some windows in our, I guess, inn. This I actually did want to make bigger. Mostly just wanted to make it wider. Yeah, there we go. So we now have windows here. You can add pillars. So say we want to put some structural support. We could put pillars in here. We could make them smaller pillars. I'm going to skip making the pillars. So now we can look at furniture, right? So there's actually a tavern setting here for furniture. You can pick a countertop. Let's go ahead and put in a fireplace. Since we have windows on all three of these walls, let's put the fireplace on this main wall here. So we will put it here, and then we will scale it a little bit. Not that much. Just enough so that it'll fit well within 10 feet. Alright. So we zoom in a little so I can see that's my little fireplace and it's on. Gonna scooch it just a tiny tiny bit. There we go. Okay, and let's put a carpet in front of it. So let's grab this carpet and we'll set this carpet here. And you can right click to get rid of that, click on it, and it'll pull up your manipulation wheel, I guess. So I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees and then move it down and scale it down a little so that it kind of sits directly in front of the fireplace. So now we have a little fireplace in our building. And you can, you know, now that I've got it scaled down a little bit, I think I am going to rotate it back. No, that's not going to work. There. I'll just scale it down some. Because that's a really big rug. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to grab some chairs. We have a couple of tavern chairs. There's a bench. Some stools. So we're going to grab a couple of these little chairs. Put one here, one here, one here, and one here. Just so that I can get them out there to rotate towards the fire. You know, just in case there's like a council or something. You know, some folks want to hang out near the fire. So this is the biggest difference right here between Incarnate and ArkenForge is the ability to build a tavern in here. We'll put a couple of tables here and then we'll scale them down to make them end tables. So that the people sitting here will have somewhere to put their drinks. Gonna move these chairs in just a little. Okay, so now we have a nice cozy spot in front of a fireplace. Well, we still need like a bar. So we put in a counter. Let's put the counter here. That way there's a full 5-foot square behind the counter for a mini to stand. And we can throw a bottle or two on the countertop. Rotate that. Couple of bottles there. Put a plate of food down here with a little mug. And we will put some bar stools here. So I'll put a bar stool in each of these 5-foot squares. So I'll put one here, and one here. So we're starting to build a little bit of a tavern. We can pull this round table And we can put some seating here. I'm going to put that in the 4-foot, or I'm sorry, in the 4 cubes here. So I'm going to put just a couple of tables out. And this is where it can get kind of fun. So we're going to grab some chairs and throw some chairs in around these tables. Put 3 chairs at each table? Sure, why not? So we adjust and rotate. All right, so say we want these chairs tucked under the table. Well, if we just drag them up to the table, then they're on top of the table. So we click the table and we move it to the top with this layering button. Once again, we pull the table, bring it to the top. There we go. I like to have sort of a clean tavern. You know, I like to think that my tavern folk keep a clean establishment. And move the table to the top. So there we go. Now we have some tables. We have some seating in front of a fireplace. We have a little bar. What about an office or something? You know, we could build a little office here. Grab some wood walls. Maybe just a storage area. It doesn't even have to be an office. So we grab some little wood walls there. We go back to objects, structures, doors. Let's make this door open. So there's an open door into this little room here. There are, yes, there are vehicles. Put a little wagon outside with some rope in it. There are statues that you can put in here, gates, different kinds of doors. Not quite sure what these are. Just a different kind of door. Okay, overlays. This is like dirt, moss, rubble, sand, stuff like that. Under nature, so we want some trees. Let's put a few trees out back. Different types of trees. A couple of mossy trees. And again, you can scale these. Like right now, these are really small. You can make these gigantic trees or little trees. I don't know why that's not changing the size of that at all. Aha, there we go. Hold shift to randomize. So you can just drag it around as a brush. Put trees all over the place. Say we want some bushes. Like some pretty little berry bushes. Maybe there's one on either side of the door. No, let's put them a couple away. Because I do plan to show you guys how lighting works with torches. Alright. So bookshelves. There are various different bookshelves that you can build. Gonna throw one right here in the back of this room. So we have this little office space, sort of. And I think there's military, there's different magic effects. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So a chest. Let's say that there is a wooden chest in here. So that's kind of a little storage area. There are features for stables. So since this is going to be an inn, we can put a couple of hitching posts outside with a water trough in the middle. Because like I said, I like my inn people to be very accommodating and nice to folks. So there's some hitching posts where you can hitch up your horse before you go into the bar. Okay, office. There's gotta be a desk somewhere. Here we go. Gonna put that in there. And then we're going to scale it down and rotate it 90 degrees. Put that on the wall there. So this table kind of functioning as a desk. And under office there are still chairs. That chair is very large compared to that table, so let's make the table a little bigger. And drag it to this wall, since this is the wall that's opposite the door. I'm gonna make this chair a little smaller. It's just a desk chair. And we're gonna pull this table up to the top. Alright, so other cool things. There's some parchment that you can put on the table. Oops. So say that your person is writing a letter. There's some parchment and a feather pen. And an inkwell. And then there's like a little stack of books. So we could throw these onto the table and then scale them down and rotate them. So there's like a little office space in there. So here in storage we have some barrels. So this being a tavern, we're gonna want some barrels. Put some laying down barrels kind of back here by the entrance. These are probably where they get their ale. Put a little bag up here on the countertop. Maybe put a crate here on the other side of these barrels for some extra storage. Alright, so for lighting, we have these cool things. So this is a burning wall torch. I'm excited to show you guys this part. I really liked it. You just kind of place items where you think they would go, and then you rotate them later. So we're going to put a torch on either side of this window. We'll put a torch on either side of this window. And one on this side here of this window, one on the side of this door. Okay. Oops. Alright, then we rotate these around so that they are on the wall that we want them on. And then we add some fire. Now that's a lot of fire right there. So again, we're going to scale that down. And we get to put fire on all of our torches. Oh. Rotate that torch. It's pretty good. Grab some torch fire. Scale it down. Okay, that one's already on the wall where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and put those both on there. Scale them down. And then move them over the torch again, because fire floating off to the side of the torch is kind of weird. And then rotate these two. And we'll put fire on them as well. Okay, now we get to deal with lighting. So we want to enable dynamic lighting. You can place barriers where the light won't go if you want to, but you do not have to. You can turn on fog of war. Okay, so we go back to these torches, and we want to turn the light on these torches. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but there's a glow kind of all the way around all the torches. And if the lighting conditions are set to dark, then the torches will actually illuminate. So now we have lighting all around the inn. There are animated things like animated fire. This one's kind of cool. I am in fact going to use those instead of these because it is so much cooler. And I think yes, you can use keyboard shortcuts like delete. You can add animated fire to your torches. So we're gonna do that really quick because that's just, I didn't know they had that. And they're all already scaled to the perfect size too. Now we toggle the lighting again. All right, now we have animated flaming torches all around the inn. I feel like there needs to be fire here too. Oh, there's an animated fireplace. That is going to replace our fireplace. Because animated is way cooler. Oh, animated magic. I just have to see what it looks like. Ah, that's so cool. Animated spells. Fireball! Sparkles. Holy cow! These animated things are super cool. I can put butterflies on the plants. Which is super cool. All right. Oh, that's pretty cool. Water bubbles. Oh, no way. You could put like a water pipe. Animated camp stuff. A tent. The tent flaps move in the wind. That's really neat. Nothing under modular or isometric or standalone. All right, let's put a carpet kind of here. And make it really big. So that it sits kind of under all of our tables. Yeah. So another cool thing you can do, you can change the color of the rugs. So say we want that to be blue and we want it to be like unsaturated or super saturated. You can change the saturation and you can change the opacity so that they're like sort of transparent objects or 100% solid objects. Mirroring options. And you can change the brightness. So if you want like a dark rug. So there's our little inn that we have created. More like a bar. It's not really an inn. There's no beds. Oh, there's bathroom fixtures. That's kind of cute. That's something you don't always think about. Okay, so dungeon features, just to show you guys some of the things you can do. There's bloodstains and bones and skulls, skeleton arms, things like that. There are like spiked chairs and iron maidens and stone altars, different gravestones and spider webs, coffins. And this one's kind of cool. You can just place random treasures, like little things. But I think that if I was going to put treasure down, where did I see that? Props, treasure. I think I would use this one because it's animated. There are campfires, so you could put a little campfire down. So we have a little campfire here, and then we go back to the animated fire, and we take a big fire and put in there, and then we have our little campfire. Let's put a door on the back of the bar here. And then we can put a little campfire out here. we'll put a tent out back as well. Like maybe there's a dude who lives out behind the inn. You can multi-select, so you can move the campfire over here with the fire on it. Alright, so this is our test map with Arken Forge. So this one was Arken Forge, and this one was Incarnate. So you can see kind of the difference between the two, where Incarnate gives you a really amazing, rich, detailed world map builder. I'm not sure if they can do what ArkenForge is capable of doing. Fully animated maps of like taverns or dungeons or whatever you need. Another really cool feature of Arken Forge, let's go ahead and save this map. Another cool feature of Arken Forge is their scenario. So let me go ahead and mute this music. So on the scenarios, they have music. You can change the time of day. So here's kind of what the dynamic lighting is like when it's nighttime. That campfire produces a lot of light. And since this door is open, the light goes through it. There's kind of a clipping error here. I think it's because of this tree. Yeah, I'm just going to delete the tree. Move the butterfly over here. There we go. Alright, I'm just trying to kind of clear up some of these lighting clipping errors. Scale that tree down and that won't be an issue. Okay, so in the scenario, you can adjust kind of the time of day. So daytime, nighttime, kind of dusk time. There are music that you can do. So we're gonna go with a tavern. Let's go mellow. Alright, so we have kind of a mellow tavern sound. You can add like glass clinging, the sound of pouring water. You can change the frequency of like glasswares, tinking, people talking, things like that. So you want to bring down the lute and the guitar. You can customize that. So you can customize what the music sounds like. Alright, so a busy tavern setting changes the whole setting. Various different sounds that you can do. So there's a dungeon one that's pretty cool also. Tombs is really awesome. The sound effects for that one. So this is like a tomb. Since we have a tavern built, let's try out a couple of different tavern ones. So this is a tavern brawl. Here is a tavern at night. Not really much in the way of sound. Here's just a quiet tavern. My favorite is busy, I think. And you can customize all of this. The fiddle, the guitar, the hand drums, the harp, the lute, the piccolo, the strings, the tambourine. You can bring the sound up, you can mute it, you can bring it down. These are just presets. You can add your own stuff to this as well, and they have additional sound presets that you can download. What I haven't figured out is how to stop the music. Oh, it worked! It worked that time. Okay, so it works now. Stopping the music was not functioning last time I used this. So there's a bunch of different essentials that are sound sets that you can get, that you can use for your scenarios. You can adjust the sound for them. I am not 100% sure what that is. Random sound. Okay. Alright, so that's the master's map. The player's map is completely different. Right now, they don't see anything. Tells you what time it is as well. And you can zoom in or out with this right here. Reset the zoom. Change the time of day. Save the map. And again, we can adjust the grid settings if this is too dark. I mean, if it's too light for you. You can make the grids more prominent. Less prominent. Half grids. My husband really likes the half grids. Except they're not showing up. Why are the grids not showing up now? Square grids. Full. Okay, well, I think I broke it. Anyway, this is basically just what I wanted to show you guys with Arken Forge. There's the encyclopedia, which shows you a list of the worlds and campaigns that you have created. There is a like within these you can create campaigns, and you can create like quests within each of these. You can customize. I haven't quite figured out how to use any of that yet. And then there's this content catalog here with images, animations, etc. And then you can just go back to Cartographer to edit your maps. These are portals, DM tools. You can add audio to your map here as well. You can select zones for it. So yes, I think that ArkenForge is a really fantastic tool set. And I think that Inkarnate is a really fantastic tool set as well. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and end my stream today. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out while I got to test out some really cool map making software. So go ahead, and if you guys want to, follow me on Twitter at ARRANELL at RNL. And feel free to message me on Twitter and tell me what you guys think of the various different map making softwares that we tried out today. Our D&D game will be this Sunday, and we'll be playing from around 2 p.m. till 6-ish Central Standard Time. That is our Dark Tidings campaign. It is a homebrew that I am running for a bunch of my friends and my husband. We will be live this Sunday, 2 days from now. Oh my god, 2 days from now. I'm not ready. So yes, be sure to check that out. Dark Tidings. We are an Extra Life charity. So if you scroll down below my stream right here, you can see where it says Extra Life, and that will give you all of the information if you click there for donating to the Extra Life charity. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful night.